All right. What the hell is going on, everybody? We got ourselves a big series from the Wardi 2023 tournament. The replays just dropped. We got Storm Gaming's MAXPAX in the bottom left. We've got Dark in the top right. It's the playoffs bracket. And of course, it's a best of 5. Now, Overlord sees the probe coming in. Oh, he has a drone out. That's why I was like, why is Dark not sending a drone out? Because he's going for a gold base. That's why. Dark is going for a gold. I think going for a gold versus Protoss on this map is probably one of the worst builds you can do unless you're Dark and Reyna. I think these are the two guys where I actually trust them to defend it well enough, surround some Adepts with slow Zerglings, and somehow win the game. To be fair, the last time I saw Dark do this, he was getting wrecked by a hero who blind countered it with Cybercore before Nexus. But then Dark snuck 1 or 2 Zerglings in and killed 4 or 5 probes, so it was actually fine. It's like one of those games where you're just like, well, this is a disaster. Wait. No, the other guy's so busy killing drones, he's losing his probes, and now it's kind of okay. Yeah, Cybercore before Nexus again. Check it out, guys. That's how you counter gold base. Cybercore first, because then you can chrono 2 Adepts across so early, and they're guaranteed to lose a bunch of mining time. So I really like this start from MAXPAX. I think a great reactive build against Dark. On the other hand, he's playing Dark. Now, the problem with playing Dark is wildly unpredictable. I think MAXPAX, as the king of PvP, has a spidey sense for kind of like what players are doing in PvP. And to a certain extent in PvT. But I think PvZ against Dark is so different to playing against those normal, kind of normie Europeans. They do predictable things that logically make sense and are, in quotation marks, efficient. Like not getting supply blocked constantly. Dark doesn't care about that. He's not an idiot. He plays the game the way he wants, with as many supply blocks as he chooses. Let's see what he does. He wants to break the rock so that his queen can get over there and kind of push the Adept further away. That's why you need to build 4 lings pretty early on the gold base. 6 workers mining the gold right now. First Adept encroaching. There are 2 lings going around. That will get to the natural. So yeah, it's that 2 ling counterattack that he likes to do. Let's see if MAXPAX can defend it. Because MAXPAX, he's trying to make a Stalker right now. Was supply blocked for a moment, but as the Nexus finishes, he's okay. He does push the lings back with that Adept shade. Or the Adept before shading. Yeah, those lings will get in. Nice play here, just as the Adepts come forward. Now Dark needs to pull the drones. He's going to pull the drones. Ah, he loses one. Slightly sloppy. Lings do go in. MAXPAX notices. Good probe micro so far. Oh, shutdown. All right, MAXPAX is not hero. He's cleaned up 5 Zerglings and a drone so far. Hasn't lost any units. Great start for MAXPAX, who's going for a 2nd gate, a 3rd gateway, and then Twilight Council. So this is 2nd and 3rd gateway before Twilight Council. Oh, he thought Dark might all in off the gold. So MAXPAX, because he knows Dark's so unpredictable, he was so afraid. He said, I think I need to go 3 gate. Because while I'm Adept pressuring, he might just like Ling Flood or do some weird Roach Ling all in. If I go 3 gates, I'm really safe. And it's not a bad build order either. This is not like super suboptimal, because you can move out with like 6 or 8 Adepts, force a ton of Zerglings, and then just recall or run home. And then you come back later with Glaives and like 16 Adepts. And they've built so many Zerglings, which are really bad against Mass Adept. So the whole beauty of going 3 gate really early is you can kind of fight in a point where you force them to build kind of the wrong army comp and scare them away from droning as well. Already a 7 worker lead for MAXPAX in this game. Income is rather similar on the minerals, with MAXPAX having a slight lead in both minerals and gas. Warp Prism's on the way. More gateways! Yeah, he's doing exactly what we talked about. He's making him uncomfortable with the non-glaive Adepts, and he's just hiding lots of Adepts behind it. Dark is not really scouting. If I were him, I'd be poking with this Overlord, because at 4:30, if you don't see any gases, 5 minutes, 4:30, and no 3rd base, I definitely would start to feel my alarm bells going off. And he is already building roaches, so I think he kind of realizes what's up. 36 drones into roaches, or it's going to be 37 with 1 more drone building. MAXPAX on just 38 probes, 2 gas. So it's 2 gas against 3 gas for the Zerg. Both on pretty low economies, though. Dark has got some roaches out. His lings are going to be nearly worthless against these Adepts. Oh, is he not warping in on the front? There we go. Hitting a slight supply block here is MAXPAX, but that's okay, as 2 pylons are already on the way. Lings and roaches are going to try and move north. This is where you can shade south, you can shade into the main. And look, Queen's off creep! Oh, Queen's in the open. That's a mistake. Oh, cancel the shade. Cancel the shade. Yeah, cancels the shade. Grabs a couple roaches here. And if I were him, I'd probably try to move south to catch that Queen. Looks like 2 Adepts came in on the other side. And oh, big damage dealers. Very big damage dealers. Luckily, the drone hit in the gas, so he only gets 4 of them. Roach Ravager starts to chase him back. There is no lair on the way, but Dark, even losing 4 workers, he's down to 34. Problem for MAXPAX. MAXPAX does not have any sort of economic growth of his own. As I say that, he does start probing and taking a 3rd gas, but he's building Immortals. I think MAXPAX is going to go for an Immortal Adept follow-up, most likely. The Adepts are shoving in right now. He does cancel the shade at the last second, keeps committing to the southern fight. Ooh! Oh, this is actually turning into a decent fight, I think, for Dark as it goes. Queens are going down, but a few of those Adepts fall as well. Really good defense by Dark there. He's on 34 drones against 41 probes, which is, of course, not ideal. I would love to see MAXPAX definitely multi-prong a little bit more with these Adepts. I always feel like it's the 2 Adepts hitting from a surprising angle that always get the job done. Ravager Ling morphing right now. Dark is all in. Dark is going to go for an all-in. And you know what? If MAXPAX sees it... Oh, he sees so few drones on that base. This is huge. If MAXPAX can realize that Dark's just going to go for a big all-in, he should probe up and take a 3rd and just defend. If he moves out and gets surrounded by Dark, he's probably going to die. But if he just keeps defending, I think he's fine. He even recalls the Prism, because he realizes being able to juggle units in the Prism will keep him safe. Like, the Observer sees everything he needs to see. It survived that Spore Crawler moving to the edge of creep. 11 Roaches, 6 Ravagers, 37 Zerglings, 2 Immortals, 19 Adepts. Adepts wreck Zerglings, Immortals wreck Roaches. This should be a hold for MAXPAX, but Dark's going to try and snipe that 3rd base. Oh, he's trying to bait him into the open, potentially. The Biles are not able to land. Great pullbacks by MAXPAX, but he does have to give up that 3rd base for now. Probably a wise call to avoid taking a bad fight. Just needs to keep dodging the Biles. Man, the Ravager count. The Ravager count's very annoying. Oh my god, the Biles are just bullying him back. The Adepts are going to go for it, though. The Adepts are going for it. MAXPAX dives on top. Biles spreading forwards, not really able to land. He does start biling on the Adepts themselves. Nice hot pickups. The Immortal Stalker Adept trying to hang on. No way! Is this actually going to work? How? I guess the Immortals are just shooting Ravagers and Lings. They're never landing hits on Roaches. So it's an entirely non-armored army. And the Adepts don't do bonus damage versus the Roaches and the Ravagers either. Has he actually broken him? I don't know, man. MAXPAX is still way out on workers. The Immortal Prism could be good as well. He's got no battery. The lack of battery is so big, and he's only got 5 gateways. He does have a 3rd Immortal down here. Oh, there we go. He's got 6 gates, actually. As long as he has enough Adepts to deal with the Zerglings, he's fine. Zealots are technically, even without charge, they are a little bit cheaper and in some ways more solid than Glaive Adepts. They do have a little bit more health to them, a bit more tankiness. But man, what a crazy game this has been. Cybercore's gone, by the way. It's going to come in with those Zealots. The Immortals trying to dodge back. Oh, that Immortal took a bile. Oh! Does keep that Immortal alive. He still hasn't built a battery. Dude, Dark's all in. You just got to throw a battery down. Try to rebuild your wall if you can. MAXPAX, you just got to keep yourself safe, mate. Gets a Ravager, picks up, pulls back. Just keep it in your pants. Don't be worried about the economy. You might be wondering why I'm cheering for MAXPAX. It's because I feel like he got himself ahead, and I thought he should have won there. But Dark just made some magic happen with the Ravager Ling. I also think Dark is favored in this matchup quite heavily, even though MAXPAX is, you know, the more stable player generally. Doesn't matter. Lots of players are more stable than Dark. Dark is the player who's always going to be better at killing Protoss players than pretty much anyone else in the world. He's so unpredictable. He's so good at kind of picking when to fight at strange timings. He's very hard to deal with. Now, there's no 3rd base up just yet for MAXPAX. He's trying to go for a Dark Shrine and charge against a low economy Mutalisk transition for Mr. Dark. Spires in the back of the main base. The Prism recalls again. I don't know why he keeps recalling. I think he's just worried about losing his base. I think he just saw there aren't that many drones on the 3rd. And he's like, maybe I'm scared of an attack. But he's not probing either. The gold base is mining out. Dark needs a 4th. If he wants to keep macroing, he needs a 4th base. Because the gold base is already losing mineral patches. You gotta be wary. Those gold minerals mine faster means they mine out faster. Dark Shrine finishing up. 5 Immortals, 14 Zealots. Is he just going for it? Oh, he might be. But I think with 19 Roaches, 4 Ravagers, 17 Zerglings, I think Dark can defend. Ooh, 3 Mutalisks building. That's going to be a problem. Nothing shoots up here for MAXPAX. Oh, Prism was not there to save the Immortal. Great opportunistic dive. Dark Templar are going to go towards... What's he doing with those? Goes towards the base. The gold base taking damage, but oh, the Mutalisks. The Mutalisks are going to get on top of the Prism. Zealots did run into the natural. The Roach Ravager will deal with that very efficiently. Down here, though, the Immortals, oh, they're getting overrun as well. They're getting too low. The Dark Templars pushing out some big damage. I mean, a lot of workers are dying. But MAXPAX, even though he's regained the worker advantage, there's Mutalisks on the map. There's still 4 base Zerg. He knows Zerg can bounce back in the economy. And he's losing every single bit of army he has. Dark would have had Mutas and Roach Ravager left over. He has to tap out. Dark with the gold base forces the game to the Chaos Zone and pulls out the win. All right, guys. Dark in the top right gets his expansion blocked by MAXPAX. And he goes to take a gold? Oh, no. He's proxy hatching. Oh, he's cheesing, boys. Wait. No, it's hatch block. It's hatch block. It's not cheese. Okay, so he's going to go... His own hatchery gets down here. Ah, nice. So he tricked him. So MAXPAX goes to check for the third. Doesn't see it. Does he panic? Does he bring another probe down to look for proxy hatchery? No. He's just going to... Now he sees the hatchery. He's like, oh, it's just a normal game. But it's not, because this drone gets in there and... Oh. No, he decides to go gas pool. Why'd he go gas pool? He could have got the hatchery block there, surely. Right? Am I incorrect in thinking he could have got the hatchery block down? He chose to go gas pool and just use this for a bit of a delay. And it's still good. He still obstructs the Nexus, forces a few probes down because MAXPAX thinks he's going to block. MAXPAX also worried about him gas stealing, which is why he moved the probe up. If you have a probe hugging the gas, he can't gas steal it. I don't know if there's any old school gamers here, but for those who don't remember, you used to be able to still take the gas even if they were hugging it. You just needed to not have vision that there was a worker blocking it. And so you would run away to like over here, place the gas. It would let you place it, and then you just pop the building up and the building would push the enemy worker away. So you could gas steal as long as you did it outside of their vision. They fixed that after many years of StarCraft 2, many years. So it used to be this funny thing. You could do the move the worker next to block it, but if they moved away like that, you're like, ah, crap. I have to actually build the gas, or they can take it off me. It's a fun little interaction. Dark ends up just stealing 5 minerals. He's like, this is mine. But the Adept does shut that down. But yeah, Dark's had a full scout. He disrupted the build. The Nexus is up a lot later because it was Cybercore before Nexus. Looks like no one in chat remembers that. The old days with the gas block, unfortunately. No one responded to that at all. They just, I didn't even understand what you just said, Pig. I don't even understand. They used to just have wooden planks on this bridge, by the way. They fixed this in the ESL version and the other version just to make it look a bit more consistent because it looked really dumb having holes in between the bridge. And you'd have like a Zergling burrow on the planks of a bridge and like into a hole. You're like, it was super weird. It took a few years to develop worker object permanence. Horrible memories. I kind of like it when games have little janky things like that. They add this deep knowledge of like how to tinker with it to get advantages. They're absolutely not friendly for most players, but they are absolutely rewarding for tryhard virgins that just memorize every detail about a game. And I kind of like the hardcore gamer virgins getting rewarded. I think it's pretty cool. I don't mind it. I also like games that make me a bit angry, so I know I'm not the average gamer out there. When people say there's like a billion gamers in the world or 2 billion gamers now, I go, yeah, they're not my kind of gamer. I'm not taking away their gamerness. I'm just saying that like they like playing Candy Crush on their phone and pressing some buttons. I like raging because the game makes no sense and is really hard and frustrating and is denying my ability to have fun until I've memorized 500 details about it, and then I'm like, oh, I like this now. It's yeah. I know who I am. I know who I am. I'm okay with it. Make as much fun of me as you will. Oracle does get pushed back, not a single kill. Great queen positioning. But losing 2 overlords is rough. Now, MAXPAX saw this overlord in the corner with his Oracle. I wouldn't mind the Void Ray just going up there to hunt for it, but it looks like he's just going to go up in the middle. Maybe see if he can pick off a rallying drone. I think that's what he's looking for, yeah. Hoping to get a drone. Goes for the creep tumor. Yeah, not bad. Oh, he's got a 3-prong. 2 Adepts on the right, Oracle in the rear, Void Ray in the front. The Void Ray's the distraction, the Adepts where the real damage could go, but great Ling response so far. The Adepts will go down. Only 2 drones. Great D by Dark. He comes in the natural. Can't get anything done there either. Dark is locked down tight. I don't even know what we're looking at right now, guys. Is this perfect early game ZvP Dark? He's looking so confident. I think it's partially because MAXPAX is usually a more defensive player. And that's kind of his strength. And if you give Dark room to breathe, it seems like he's able to navigate these stages. I mean, he's not building Overlords right now, and he does have to build 4 at once. Just when I give him those compliments. But a Hydra is about to go down. Yeah. Dark loves his weird Hydra builds in this matchup. And they both look either fantastically spectacular or kind of just not very good. I think with this opening, it'll look quite good. I think it'll look spectacular, actually. I think it'll look very, very good. That's the 3rd Void Ray kill of a unit. Remember, got a Creep Tumor as well as those 3 Overlords. Oh, out of there. MAXPAX, nope, that's too many queens. You need to leave, son. Void Ray does back away. So there was only 1 Oracle this game. And MAXPAX clearly wants to take a 4th base already. Why he's moving over to that right side. He's making High Templar and Zealots. He has gone charge and +1. Okay, this is a very interesting scenario. Because there's no Roaches, Zealots are very good against this style, especially with +1. Archons as well. They wreck the Zerglings. Problem for MAXPAX. Hydras are already being built 10 at a time. And if he gets out like 20 Hydras with range, they will kill your Zealot Archons so quickly. It becomes like a very fragile sort of arms race battle. The Zealot Archon's a bit tankier, but it's more short range, so it's harder to get on top of the Zerg. But the Hydras are way more fragile, but higher damage and longer range, so they can shoot you down very quickly. So if he can hit a critical mass of Hydras with range, which he's about to get to, Dark might just swarm the Zealot Archon, like shoot them all down. The Zealots won't really kill anything. It's going to be a close fight, but I think Dark has the numbers. MAXPAX pushing in right now, and I think that's a good choice to pull back, especially with the tanky Queens, because they make up for the fragility of the Hydras, right? It's talking about, oh, the Hydras are very fragile but high damage. You put 5 Queens in front of them with Transfuse, that weakness is completely removed. Yeah, 2nd Robo and a Robo Bay goes down, 4th Nexus building. So MAXPAX Zealot Archon timing gets deflected. Dark's on 74 workers. He's adding a few more. +1 range, +2 melee, Baneling speed, and Hydra movement speed. I think Dark's in a great spot off this early game. He's looking really good. It's weird because Dark looks so unconfident when he plays against heroes sometimes in the early game. And MAXPAX absolutely schools Zergs that beat hero. Sometimes, all right? Like, it's this, like the other week I saw MAXPAX school, I think Dark and Solar in the same tournament, 4-0. But here today, looks like Dark kind of knows what he's up to. Oh, ow. How beautiful is this big flower tree, by the way, guys? This thing is great. I zoomed in a bit much, and now the textures don't look as nice. Looks a bit better zoomed out, but still. I think this map just has the best terrain of any map. I don't know how much of this is custom, or was already in the campaign, or already in the editor, but it is beautiful. Mass Hydra Ling timing coming in from 3 sides. He's morphing 27 Banelings on the left. The first 2 Colossus. Oh, Dark's going to hit before the Colossus are out. Zealots run in and find a massive Banelings. He's got to run every probe right now. There's so much Zerg coming in. This is absolutely insane. MAXPAX. Oh, if he ran his probes a little bit quicker, he would have saved them. He loses 7 workers, but he pulls back. The Archons will deflect the Banelings on the left. The Banelings don't find big damage, but it's opened up the opportunity for the Hydra Ling on the right side, and they are finding spectacular damage. Archons clean up the left. Decent army split for MAXPAX, but his 4th base goes down. A great engagement here for Dark, upping the chaos factor. And those Hydras, they get an Archon. Every Archon that dies is incredibly valuable. 71 drones for Dark, 61 probes for MAXPAX. Is this a Maris map, guys? Hecate? If anyone can tell me who made this map, I really want to give them a shout out before we finish this cast, because it's just stunningly beautiful. Really blows me away. Wins the aesthetics for this season, 100%. Battery overcharge in the probes, trying to fight right now. Zerglings will be pulling back on both sides. Oh, they're getting in the main. Main in the natural. Uh-oh. Zergling splitting into these bases. I mean, he's not going to do too much, you'd think, with the Zealot warping in, but before the Zealot warps in, the Lings already get 5 probes in that main. And this is damage MAXPAX cannot afford. He's only on 3 bases right now. Oh, this is uncomfortable for MAXPAX. Very uncomfortable. Hive and Lurker Den are on the way right now. MAXPAX. He does have a big army building of Archon Colossus, though, and Archon Colossus scales very well. Wisely, Dark is building Lurkers. Lurkers will keep him alive in this game. And I think keeping your army split to the edges of the map, kind of threatening a base trade, is the way to do this, where, okay, he's chasing me on the right, I'll go in on the left. But actually, MAXPAX's army is split very well. You gotta be, and you can't bleed units out. He's building Zerglings right now. I don't know about building Lings. At this point, Zerglings are worthless. You want to have a few Banelings to clear up the Zealots, and other than that, it's just Lurkers. I guess he doesn't want to build too many Hydras because he wants to save his gas for Lurkers, but these gases needed to be up a while ago. Dark still hasn't taken a 5th base either. I don't know if his gases are all saturated. Are they? It feels like he's very gas-starved, but no, it's just the lack of the gas there is a big problem. Nice Ling run by. First 8 Lurkers are morphing, and MAXPAX, if he pushed right then, I think he might have been able to kill Dark. But because he's backed off, because Dark's been so scary with the counterattacks, I really feel like MAXPAX may have missed a window. But wait! Oh, the Colossus Archon getting surrounded in the top. This was a crazy move for MAXPAX. No support. 2 Archons, an Immortal, and 2 Colossi going down. That was an army he could not afford to lose. He's trying to make disruptors. He's trying to keep a forward position because he's afraid of those Lurkers getting to his side of the map. He's going to go for an army push on the left. Zealots on the right. It's not a bad call. He's also going to drop in the main base at the same time. It's a good 3-pronged aggression, but he's outnumbered. The Lurkers are now up. The Observer's there. It's only a few Lurkers. He could potentially push back in there. Zealots running in on that 3rd base. They are going to try to pull back the Zerglings, massively outnumbering them with +2 melee. Middle of the map, Lurkers pushing him back there as well. Zerglings down the bottom, get engaged by the Zerglings. In the top, we've got Zealots there in large numbers getting warped into the main, but the Hydras are on top of it. And the 4th base has gone down. The natural wall and the 3rd base are MAXPAX under assault by mass Zergling. Oh man. Zerglings and the Zealots in the main actually start to kill drones. MAXPAX actually getting a lot of work is done. Oh my god. But wait. He's getting overwhelmed at home. That's a big problem. He's getting overwhelmed at home. The natural got breached. The disruptor gets taken out. The Lurkers trying to defend, but they don't have much support. Oh my god, this game is hitting the fan right now. I thought Dark had this one in the bag, but MAXPAX is saying when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Dark says this lemonade's way too sour for you, mate. Comes in with a Ling Hydra flank, surrounds the entire army. And you know, when you try to squeeze a lemon into some of your food and like 6 seeds pop out, that's what just happened. MAXPAX has lemonade that is filled with lemon seeds. The worst kind of lemonade. That little girl at that stall was real cute. You paid a few dollars for it. You thought you were doing a good thing. Next thing you know, you got bloody seeds you're crunching on. You're like, what the hell? There's no sugar in this. It's literally just lemons that have been squeezed with nothing else added to it. My God, I just got gypped, man. Oh, someone told me gypped is an offensive word, so I'm trying to stop using that, apparently. Didn't know the context of that one as an Australian. I'll rein that in for future. Someone told me that the other week. Never knew what it meant. Someone told me. I was like, oh, that's not nice. Zealot Archon coming in on the right side. No 4th base for MAXPAX. MAXPAX is surely dead at this point. Surely. Archon Colossus is really good, but I think he's just a bit too far behind now. Big, what's with the anti-lemon agenda? I mean, I can eat a raw lemon, but I'm not going to particularly enjoy it, am I? I like how I said raw, like as if you cook it, it's going to magically become good. Roasted lemons, on the other hand, are delicious. Zealots versus Zerglings are going to be a fight win there for MAXPAX. Bit of an overcommitment for Dark. Dark's supply is not that amazing. I'd normally look at Dark's position for 14 minutes in the game and say, well, this is bad. But then you look at MAXPAX's position and you go, nah, you're good. You're crushing right now. Ooh, here we go. Archon Zealot Colossus coming forwards. Lurker's doing what they can. What do you put in your Corona if not lemon? Oh, that's great. Yeah, I mean, Corona is one of the most average beers in the world. I'll definitely chuck a lemon in there, guys. No problem with that. But That's not just eating a lemon or drinking raw lemon juice on its own. You drink a glass of just lemon juice? It's a little odd. It's a little odd, guys. Zealots in the main base. Nice little Ling counterattack, but MAXPAX is able to start building his fourth. The way MAXPAX is controlling the map with the unit split is very impressive. It makes me think if he was in a better position, he'd really know how to put Dark in the corner and kind of punish him for going Lurkers, but as it is, it seems like with Vipers out and Lurkers, and he's got both Lurker upgrades and +3 range on the way, not to mention +3 melee. Like, especially if Dark can squeeze out a big round of Zerglings and just counterattack the fourth. Well, right now, that's why MAXPAX is expecting that. He's got Zealot Arc on there. He's doing it. I mean, MAXPAX is fighting impressively well, but I keep saying that, and I'm like, I don't think it matters. You know, he needs Psystorm, funnily enough. I know that sounds silly, but it's such a Hydra Ling focus with the Lurkers. You need Psystorm and feedback. And going that off such a low economy feels terrible. So he's just making Zealot Archon, thinking, oh, I'll just do this. The Zerglings aren't finding a way in yet. Really good positioning. Dark Sling run by is not finding an opening. Yum, yum, yum. Tasty Zergling steaks for dinner tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we just saw the tail end of an animation as those two disruptors come in and pop a Lurker. Is MAXPAX actually going to max out and like win this game? This would be a crazy comeback. I mean, Dark has to stop doing the Zergling run-bys now because MAXPAX has really split his army up. But surely Dark can just grab every Hydra Zergling and like jump on one of these edge bases. Because he's only got 6 Hydras and 30 Zerglings. He's massing Lurkers. He's going for 20 plus Lurkers. Yeah, that'll do the trick. I think that'll do. Ah, 2 Lurkers get caught out. Great catch. Really good catch. Oh, good abducts. Great abducts, though. Really nicely done with the Vipers. Counterattack coming in here for MAXPAX. Lurkers reposition. Dark's well positioned. I don't think he has any problems dealing with this. Zealots are getting chased back. The mass Lurker, Ling, Viper coming forwards. Lurkers, oh, dodging. Does dodge most of the disruptor shots. Only one goes down. MAXPAX realizes I'm getting swarmed at home. I'm pushing into a giant spread of Lurker Spore. I think his Observer might have just been killed by that Spore Crawler as well. He knew he could not push in. He couldn't defend. And Dark is up 2-0. All right, guys, down 0-2. And he blocks his opponent's base, immediately prompting Dark to go across the map. Dark's 12 pulling in. Oh, God. Dark's 12 pull hatch blocking. Dark did this to... This is what he did to me on this map the other day. Dark cheesed me with this build in the weekly cut. Oh, he must just like it on this map because it's kind of hard to wall off here. Oh, that's why he likes it. Oh, this is a hard one to deal with. MAXPAX, do we go Forge? Or is he just going to try and defend with a double gate core and a second pylon? Okay, that works. That works. Now, the question is, as Dark, do you cancel the hatchery or do you let it finish and try to build spines here? He's still building Zerglings. He might bring 2 drones across the map as well. That's the craziest, is if you commit to spines as well. It shouldn't work against someone of MAXPAX caliber. Oh, he's pulling probes. Wait, why is he attacking with probes? Just to stop the spine and the queens getting up, I guess. MAXPAX has to be careful. If the hatchery cancels, Dark could try to like run in and surround. The probe, he didn't send a Zergling to kill the probe. That's surprising. Normally you just hunt that down with 2 Zerglings and you steal those off your control group. There we go, gets the kill. First gateway is going to die. The Zealots and the probes are ready to defend, though. Shield batteries on the way, as well as an Adept. Hatchery's already almost dead, so letting that finish is a bit questionable. Now, Dark runs in. But remember, he doesn't have much of a reinforce. So this, you can argue, this is trapping these Zerglings. But because he's still building Zerglings, I mean, he's kind of all in. He's not rallying! Dark didn't... He forgot to set a rally, but what's happening with these Lings? For some reason, those Zerglings didn't get rallied across the map. Oh, no! You know what happened? He selected the eggs and he clicked them on the gateway. And then because the gateway died, they lost that order. And he's still leaving them at home because he's not F2ing and he didn't control group his eggs. Oh no, Dark, sloppy mechanics catching him out guard here. Off guard, this is very rare for Dark. But leaving 4 Lings at home is a disaster. He finally realizes and brings them. Oh, Dark's still on 12 workers. He needs big damage, guys. If he doesn't get big damage soon, he's in the doo-doo. He's going to build a spine crawler at the front. He's got a queen out. He's going to build a spine, but he could have started this a while ago if he pulled drones across the map, which is, if you want to commit to this, you're meant to pull drones across the map with this. Dark, sloppy on his build order execution so far today, but he's taken out a lot of probes. The Adept's starting to take a lot of damage. Good micro by MAXPAX, though. Great micro. Pulls the weak adept to the rear. The 2 zealots are still alive. They have 6 kills and 4 kills apiece. The 10-kill duo there. They're looking for those chicken dinners. An adept goes down and a zealot goes down. Only 1 zealot, 1 adept left. There is no overcharge when you're not near a nexus, which is why he hasn't been able to use that if you're wondering. Another adept comes out. The queen has not spread a creep tumor, but it's looking like with the spine coming up, this is a problem. He's still building Zerglings? Are you mad, Dark? There's no way you kill MAXPAX here. You need to start droning. With a spine crawler up, there's no way for MAXPAX to regain control of the low ground. You will kill all these buildings for sure. But he's still massing lings. I guess he's just gambling on the adept shade. He needs to run further away to intercept the adept shade. Oh, but the adepts are just going to turn around and go home. He's still not droning. Why does he build the hatchery? To show that he's building the hatchery? So that tricks MAXPAX, and it gives him the option to transition if he gets blocked. So he builds the hatchery in case, but he's still just building slow Zerglings. What the hell? What the hell, Dark? Oh my, there's got to be a battery in the main, right? Yeah, there's a battery and gateways in the main, and he's rebuilding gateways up there. He needs to rebuild a cyber core as well. But with 3 gateways rebuilding the main, I think he'll be fine. Oh, he surrounds the adepts! Oh no, MAXPAX, you can't afford to lose these adepts, mate. You cannot afford to lose these adepts, so you're in huge trouble. Adept in the main cleans up a couple Zerglings there. Spinecrawler will take out the cyber core. The adepts have shaded forwards. They're going to go for the counter attack. He has to be careful not to lose them. There's no queen at home. There's not a single queen at home. Oh my god, Dark. And he's rallied to the natural. You can't do that. My god, this game is a disaster. Oh, this is a hot mess if I've ever seen one. MAXPAX has lost his natural wall off. He's lost all of his initial production, but he's rebuilt it in his main. Meanwhile, his adepts are wreaking havoc. We've got a spine crawler advance into his main base. He'll need stalkers to take care of those. Adepts are not good versus spine crawlers. Man, if Dark can get those spines in range of that base, he might just be able to kill him with spine crawlers. He's building more drones right now at home. He needs more lings. He still doesn't have a queen or any Zerglings to defend these adepts. Dark! What are you doing? How? MAXPAX, oh no, don't get them get surrounded. Losing that adept would be huge, but Dark is not targeting it, and the adept will shade out. Oh no, he cancels at the last second. Great micro by MAXPAX. Looks like the queen goes down. That means no more creep. No more creep on the front. Oh no, this game's a disaster from both sides. I don't know. Okay, he's got 2 active tumors. He needs to walk them forward. Just creep them forward a little at a time. You can't get them focused down though. Glaives is about to finish. Adepts will wreck Zerglings. Dark is still building slow Zerglings, which makes no sense. He's bringing drones across the map. Dark, you are so crazy. I think Dark's had 3 off-ramps, which he could have taken to get ahead this game, where he could have just droned up. And he's basically not taken them. And then whenever he needed to build army, he's kind of been so focused on the drones. And I don't know, this has gotten so weird, man. The Adept Stalker, with the battery healing them as well, should be easily able to take care of this. The Zerglings are worthless against Glaive Adepts. Slow Zerglings versus Glaive Adepts is like sending children into the center of a war zone and saying, don't worry, here's some Play-Doh. You can make some gun shapes with the Play-Doh and use them as weapons. It's harsh. It's harsh and unusual, cruel and unusual punishment, right? That's what they say. It's like a war crime and stuff. Cruel and unusual punishment. That's basically what making slow Zerglings fight adepts is. It's super messed up. Is the Play-Doh C4 explosives? If you imagine it's C4 explosives, yeah, sure. Dark right now trying to do some slow Zergling shenanigans. I think actually if he just pulled drones across for the initial spine rush and went harder on it, he could have done it. But I think the spines and the queens are the secret. I think when you're going slow Zerglings, they are not really a unit that scales at all. Yeah, those children go in with their Play-Doh. They point at the adepts, they go bang, bang. And the adepts line up their assault rifles and end them. MAXPAX keeps himself alive in the series with a very, very clutch hold. All right, guys. MAXPAX with a clutch hold. He's got to be careful. Dark is playing a bit fast and loose today. On the top left, we've got Dark. Just, man, did he get over-eager there? Yeah, it definitely felt like Dark's instincts for where to commit and how much were a bit off. The moment you force that weird wall off, I don't mind a player just kind of like canceling the hatchery and expanding behind it and going for a gas in a pool and playing a pretty normal game, But I definitely feel like he went a bit too hard. And he's once again sending the drone across the map. He wants to get the hatchery on the natural. Notice he's hiding. He's hiding the drone off to that right side. Probe comes in, and then the drone goes down. Nice play. Very well done. And the probe's just like, okay, I'll block you scouting. I mean, don't get me wrong, the hatchery is very late, guys. It's a 20-second delay on the hatchery. But at least he gets it where he wants it to be. To be fair, actually, I don't know why I'm defending what Dark just did. You're actually more efficient going pool before hatchery here. But if you want a hatchery block, fair enough. So he's going to go for the more classic hatchery block this time. MAXPAX pulls 5 probes. 6 probes in total. Wow, that's a lot. I am a big fan of letting the hatchery build, personally, and just building probes and building a second pylon, going 2-gate, and trying to do, like, I'll build like a zealot or 2 to clear the hatchery, and I'll send adepts across the map. But you can do it this way, which is what most pros prefer. MAXPAX and the Korean Protoss pretty much always just pull probes like this. Oh, he canceled the zealot. Oh, okay. That makes sense. It makes sense. If you're building, if you're pulling 6 probes, you've already pulled so many. You want to get that Nexus down immediately, and then chrono adepts across the map. All right, pretty smooth. Probe is blocking the gas. The drone unable to block that. Captain D-Head just gonna walk around the base for a little bit, try and distract the adept. And the idea is if the adept wants to go across the map, it can't hunt the drone down in the back of the base and also go across the map at the same time. 3rd hatchery on the way. Wow. 3rd hatchery into double queen. Okay, I guess Dark's hatchery and pool was so late that he figured, why not? Let's just be greedy here for a little bit. 6 Zerglings are building, trying to help defend this adept since the queens won't even be out in time. Ooh. Drone still circling the main, sees the Stargate follow-up. First shade was cancelled there, no overcommitment. Why is he still building Zerglings, guys? He's gone 10 Zerglings? Okay, I guess, oh, there's a second adept. Now that makes sense. His Overlord must have seen the chrono on the second adept, so 10 Zerglings makes sense. You get your 2 queens up front, and then your Zerglings chase the adept shades usually. And the second guessing with the queens was really bad for Dark. That's why you need your queens up front. The turning around of the queen, the hesitation, really cost him. Good focus fire, though. Almost gets that adept, but 3 drones, plus you keep both of those adepts alive is great. Finally, Captain D does meet his end in the main base. Couple of chunks there. Do you guys think cracking a drone as a zealot, if you're a zealot and you're fighting a drone, do you think it's kind of like, you guys ever eat crab? And when you're cracking the crab shell, do you think it's like that sort of satisfying? When you like get like a big thick bit of the shell in between the shell cracker, and then you like, when you hear that snap? Maybe that's more what an SCV feels when they're killing a drone rather than a zealot. Because a zealot kind of has like a lightsaber type thing where it just, you know, just kind of squishes, slides through the whole thing. It's like cracking a cold beer. It's definitely crunchy. I feel like a lot of Zerg units would taste nice. I think so too, guys. Especially that Kerrigan one, if you know what I'm talking about. I'll stop. Oracle does turn on its laser beam. The adept's getting surrounded there. And Oracle at least makes him pay a bit of a tax. 9 Zerglings go down, and oh, he gets another lava. The lava turned into an egg, but it was so low on hit points that it died anyway. I just started playing the Heart of the Swarm Nightmare campaign, by the way. So if you guys want to check that out, check it out over in the main YouTube channel. I'm trying to put out some videos for that pretty frequently once I get back for Katowice. Try and put out at least one a week. Didn't like the first mission or 2 that much, but the 3rd mission I got very angry at and kind of whiny, and then eventually solved it and felt quite satisfied. So it was truly the nightmare mod experience. Get angry, finally solve problem, feel good. Oh, Oracle solves does get 2 drones there. Solves the drones, of course. Does get rid of them. Twilight's on the way. No Forge just yet for MAXPAX. There we go. Blink, 3rd and 4th gate, and then Forge. I think this is just a safer way of doing it, right? He just wants to make sure he has 4 gates in case like a queen walk or something crazy explodes across the map. Dark's done a decent job of kind of, you know, navigating past this odd early game, as has MAXPAX. Feels like MAXPAX is slightly ahead. Maybe a little more than slightly, actually. I definitely, it's just his oracles are very damaged, But with a fresh third Oracle arriving, I think he's in a good spot. Oh, and 2 Adepts coming on the north. Nice. Gets 3 drones, and he'll even take a few Zerglings out. Very well done by MAXPAX here, getting some value. Oracle slides in on the front. That's the healthy one. Turns on his laser, and he damages his Zergling. But man, that is a lot of queens. Now, on the upside, Dark has not injected any of his 3 hatcheries for a while. So this is something that happens. If you're very good with your harassment, you often don't kill many units, but you will force Dark to pull every single queen away from injecting for a while. And that's what costs him. Sorry, some funny banter going on in the Twitch chat today. Oracles are picking off the creep tumors. +1 melee is on the way right now. Lair is about halfway done. 57 workers for Dark. 63 for MAXPAX. MAXPAX has a decent little lead for himself, but what does he use it for? 6 gates? A robo? No big sign of how much he's going to commit, but nah, 5th and 6th gas goes down. I think it's just going to be a very balanced macro play for MAXPAX. I don't think he's going... It's just a light Stalker pressure here. Getting the 4th base would be crazy. There's no way he should be able to kill that. Oh, Zergling's unable to set off the stasis trap. Dark, watch out! Oh, my lord, Dark's really getting hit by a big stasis trap. He has to run away from the Oracles there as well. Stalker's going after the Queens. Oh my god, that was beautiful play there by MAXPAX. The way he chased after the Queens. Oh, and then the Oracles were just out of Queen range, using hold position to gun them down. Units lost tab 2-1 in favor of MAXPAX. That was an excellent maneuver. Second Evo Chamber and an Infestation Pit's going down. I mean, we don't see a Roachhorn yet. No Baneley Nest, no Roachhorn. Dark is playing the memeiest style. He's just going to play Mass Ling into Infesta Ultra. Colossus and Immortals will ruin his day. But, second Forge. Yes, there's a Robo Bay, but Colossus is still a while away. Robo Bay is only halfway done. MAXPAX 4th base on the way in the bottom. He's building a cannon. Couple pylons there. Zergling's trying to set off stasis traps, but they're just not able to. Counterattack seems like it's the best move for Dark. I really like that he's opting for this. Zergling's going to be going in right now. And clicking into that 3rd mineral line. Quick warp in. We'll deflect it for now. Oh! 5 started up. +2 melee, +1 carapace as well. Warp Prism moving to the north. Only 59 drones for Dark. I mean, this is a really silly style. The whole point of Mass Zergling is you need to get a good fight off. Oh, he's coming in now. Massling coming down the left as well. Massling on the right, Massling on the left. No Banes, no Roaches, no Hydra. He's all or nothing right here, right now. 3 Oracles and a cannon ruin his day in the south. The Stalkers blink towards the Zerglings. MAXPAX trying to assert dominance right now, feeling confident. And Dark's strategy is absolutely bananas. And much like throwing a banana at your mortal enemy's face, it annoys them. It doesn't do any actual damage. It's really achieving nothing. He finally gets a few Zealots, but he's losing a lot of Zerglings for it. He's just refusing to drone. Dark is all in on Mass Zergling right now, and now he sees his first Colossus, and he's got to feel his heart sink. He needs to go Ultra Cavern. He's droned a little bit, but he's just found nothing. He's found no damage. I think Dark was not very sneaky with this. It felt a bit forced, this Mass Zergling play, and can't say it was particularly impressive. Ultra Cavern and Vipers are finally on the way. Personally, would have loved to see Infestors with the Zerglings. Just, if you get a few Infestors out real early, trap those Stalkers with a Chain Fungal, it can result in a big fight. It's not a long-term play. The Vipers are much better long-term at dealing with the Robo units, of course. Blinding Cloud's great too. But I do like that little in-between when people just squeeze out 2 or 3 Infestors. I mean, let's be real. I just love Infestors in general. I think they're not used enough. I think now that they spawn with energy, they're even better against Protoss than they ever were. Used to spawn with 50 energy, now they start with 75. Zealots warping in the north. They're going to go after the 4th base. Dark on just 70 workers. His economy's not great. And you got to realize his army is Mass Zergling. They'll do great versus Stalkers, okay versus the Zealots, great versus the probes in the buildings. Unfortunately, there are 3 laser giraffes. These big, tall, lanky boys that will rain down fire from above. They do splash damage. They do massive bonus to light. And they will rip those Zerglings to shreds if they're supported by enough stuff. That's a very good fight. Adrenal Gland 2-1 Zerglings wreck the +2 Zealots. Storm is on the way right now for MAXPAX. I love that addition. Just rounding out his army, seeing what he can do. Dark, of course, is just chilling right now. 2 Vipers and a max of Zerglings. He does need another Overlord as he's not completely maxed. He's at 196 out of 196. 4 Colossus are out. Zerglings deny an attempt for a 5th base in the north. Just a Zealot, actually. Oh, Colossus gets jumped on with stasis traps nearby. Oh, Vipers. That was the saddest abduct I've ever seen. Oh, that was... Oh, the Stalker's blink and kill the Colossus. Bad micro for Dark. That was sloppy micro. I like the idea of intercepting robo units as they come out with a big mass of Zerglings and a Viper, but... Oh my god, that Colossus just walks out there. Dark jumps on top of it. Apologies for the camera work. Ling Ultra on the south. The Colossus in the north does fall. Those Zealots will fight against the Zerglings. These Colossus going down as well. Oh, no. He does kill all of the probes in the south, but the 3rd base defends. 4th base goes down. 23 probes in a 4th base. Great economic damage for Dark. Unfortunately, he spent 350 Zerglings, and he killed 1 Colossus and a few Zealots. So the army versus army trade was appallingly bad. Getting the economy made it not an overall terrible trade, unless MAXPAX just comes and kills you right now. And, well, guess what? MAXPAX wants to come kill him. MAXPAX forgotten about his High Templar, though. Uh-oh. Even pros leave their splash damage units behind sometimes. Oh, he's forgotten about him, man. That's not good. Maybe he's purposely leaving them off creep. This might be on purpose. Ling Ultra trying to set up a flank right now. Viper's coming in on the left side. There's a Warp Prison behind the base. Zealot DT attacking for MAXPAX. He's trying to make sure he doesn't get surrounded. It is 2-1 against 2-1. Equal upgrades on both sides. 3-2's about to finish, but it's not here for Dark just yet. Dark running his drones away from the south. In the north, the Zealots and the DTs getting cleaned up by the Spore Ultra Zergling. On the left, the drones. MAXPAX spots them. Zealots going after them. Careful, Dark. Get out of there. Oh, God. Oh, that's bad. Lots of drones getting taken out. He didn't have a super impressive economy to start with. The Zealot charge does recharge, and the Zergling Ultra going after those units. Every time the Zealots get surrounded, they take pretty bad trades. This is the big one he's looking for, though. Massling into the base could be nice. A cannon, a battery, and an adept and an immortal completely shut that down. But the 3rd base is wide open. MAXPAX, keep it in your pants, mate. MAXPAX, keep it in your pants. Oh god, he's pulling his whole army home. Archon's coming up. Oh, the Nexus will go down. Nice snipe for Dark. Dark keeping MAXPAX on a tiny economy. What's he going to do with it, though, is my big question. His army's still mostly Zerglings. They are not going to do anything in a frontal fight against this much Archon Colossus. Dark simply cannot take a frontal fight. If he takes a frontal fight before he's at 10 Ultras, he is dead. And I'm not sure if he fully realizes this because this game's been so chaotic. Warp Prism in the north starting to find some damage. Army does scramble back, but already 2 drones go down. MAXPAX should pick them up and get out of there. Good pickup. 3-2 now for both sides, plus 3 armor starting for MAXPAX. He doesn't have any plasma shields, so his Archons are nowhere near as tanky as you'd normally like them to be. Overlord speed on the way for Dark. Dark's on 7 Ultras. He's building 2 more. Like I said, delaying the fight until he has 10 Ultras is the key. Oddly, MAXPAX is not building Immortals, and I don't really know why. I think Immortals are the most important thing. You've got 3 Colossus, you've got 7 Archons, you got a bunch of High Templar with Storm. It's more than enough anti-Zergling. Ultra's running in for a little bit of a run by. They're not going to find anything. They got to get out of here. Oh, Dark's attacking right now? I don't know if this will work. If he can get in the main and the natural, maybe, but great stasis. The Stalker warp in blocks him. Ultraling in the bottom left gets cleaned up. Looks like there's some Dark Templar counterattack harassment. Dark not finding any value. 4,000 resources lost advantage for MAXPAX. MAXPAX on a 53 probe economy. Hanging on for dear life. Well, he was a few minutes ago, but in this game he's taken so many good army versus army trades. Even though he's lost 35 probes for just 20 drones, well, it doesn't matter. He's got a 40 army supply advantage. The 70 Zerglings will not help in a fight. 5 Queens ain't going to do much either. It's 1 Viper, 8 Ultras. Remember I said at least 10 Ultras? At this point, he probably needs 12. The Lings are going to counterattack, and they're going to run into the meat grinder. Dark, no! Oh, he gets slaughtered. He comes forward on the front. Nice blinding clouds. The High Templar probably needs to morph into an Archon. He's a bit too late on it. He's going to try and stutter step away from those Ultras. On the right side, that Ultra does get cleaned up as well. Once again, units lost tab expanding in value for MAXPAX. Still up 30 army supply, 5,000 resources lost ahead. He's building Stalkers right now. I think he just wants any generic unit to mix into the battle, and I don't think that's a bad idea. Zealots might have been a bit nicer for tanking, though, as Ultras do big, big damage. Oh me, oh my, the Ultra Queen getting cleaned up. Just way too much firepower for MAXPAX, and he hangs on. All right, all right, all right. We're going to the deciding Game 5. Dark in the top left, pulling out the memes in the last couple of games. And they didn't go too well for him. I mean, they were still close kind of competitive games, but it seems like he's going back to standard. He's blocked, he takes his third, he'll take a gas in a pool behind that, and I like a return to normal, because normal has gone so very well for Dark this series. I mean, it's still Dark, he still does Dark things, but the early games, I think he just played excellently. And yeah, the proxy hatch had potential. The mass ling style can do very well, especially if they overcommit into you, but just didn't quite find the engagements that he needed. And obviously, as that goes on, it's very hard to swap from that low economy mineral focused mass ling build into getting enough actual good fighting units to win a big battle. Usually you need a couple Vipers, preferably some Fungal, some Infestors with them. I feel like if you have 2 Vipers, 2 Infestors, and like 10 Ultras, you can do it, or you can win that fight the Rainer style. Don't even bother with the Vipers, just get 10 Infestors and just Neural Parasite all the big units. It kind of relies on you catching the Protoss off guard, but Rainer has been doing that against the top Protosses a lot recently. Oh, we were just talking about pronunciation before, and talking about vitamins and yogurt being our favorite British pronunciations. Before that, we were talking about water drop flavors. No, there is. I don't think they have a yogurt or a yogurt flavored one. I actually had Yakult flavored soju the other week at over at Dot's cousin's place. We were having some drinkies, and I quite like Yakult, so I kind of enjoyed it. But I just thought it was so funny. I'm like, this is the most Korean thing ever, because they love Yakult. They love it in Korea. So they're just like, we're gonna make our soju Yakult flavored. I was like, that is actually so cool. I really enjoyed it. Super weird. Let us know in the comments your strangest drink, alcoholic or otherwise, or kind of different flavor of food or drink that you've kind of experienced in another country or something like that. That one definitely caught me off guard, but was a surprisingly enjoyable experience. Ling counterattack gets in there. It's going to pull the second Adept home. Sees the Oracle, so full scout. Dark very consistently gets those Zerglings in. He's really good at timing that. And that Adept gets out. Nicely done. Both sides playing a very straight up game so far. Dark did miss that inject in the main for about 10 seconds. Well, actually a bit longer than that, to be fair. Second gateway coming up on the natural. Already another pylon there, so should be able to start that Oracle without too much delay. A slight supply blocked for just about 2 seconds. The Oracle coming out to defend that third base. Third Nexus will be going up in the near future. Yeah, Yakult is a fermented milk drink with lots of probiotics in it, for those who don't know. It's like a little shot. Yeah, tastes really weird. Tastes kind of very artificial, but very nice. Oracle going in towards the main base. Oh, going in behind the third. Oh. Only one drone, not bad. Oh, but he's left the laser on. He's left the laser on. He's coming in for round 2. MAXPAX, cheeky boy MAXPAX gets 3 kills, gets out with minimal damage. Where'd the Adepts go? Did the Adepts die? Where are they? I'm blind. Did he? He must have recalled them, right? Oh, I'm actually blind, guys. Oh, the Adepts are in. Oh, they're still in behind the natural. Oh, I didn't realize they were still there. Oh, he gets a drone. Oh, can he get another? Oh, he gets it. Another couple of drones, and the Oracle comes in and gets a drone that was popping out as well. 7 drones in total. Wow. He goes for more. Another drone going down. Oh, damn. Dark taking big damage this early game, guys. MAXPAX hasn't really lost anything. Just 2 Adepts. Oracles are all alive. third one's popping out now. His Nexus is finishing. What a great start here for MAXPAX in Game 5. From down 0-2. I'm not saying he's miles ahead, he's going to win. But he was down 0-2, remember. And if he makes the comeback against Dark, a guy that has regularly had his number in the past, a player that is so hard for even the best PvZ players in the world to kind of nail down. Player that stopped a few of Estrella's tournament runs right when Estrella was hitting a peak where he was looking like he was almost ready to win a tournament, and Dark stopped him a couple times back in 2022. 2 more drones go down, but he takes some hefty damage this time. Hides in the corner. Oh, he's going straight Hydra Evo. Wow, Dark is just... He's basically just assuming MAXPAX... He's got no scouting. He doesn't even see the third. If MAXPAX was going for a glaive adept or anything like that, or even a stiff blink timing, I think he just kills Dark. Dark is playing so fast and loose here. Evo Chamber and Hydra Den on the way. And you know what? You got to do that when you're behind. Sometimes you got to take some gambles, but no Bailey Nest, no Roach Warren means glaive adepts or even a charge lot timing could just ruin him. Yeah, he's basically just rushing Hydras. If he gets away with it, which it looks like he will, it's going to be a nice payoff. Units lost tab, better than 2-1 for MAXPAX, but it's only the early game harassment. Ah, Double Forge. Okay, so MAXPAX is going to play Double Forge Blink against the Hydras. Does he see what's going on? Sorry for the camera movements. Someone rightfully called me out for being a bit jerky on the camera movements. I've kind of just been casting out of my own interest rather than like presenting the games for you guys because I've been casting so much this week, and I apologize for the camera movements being a bit jerky in my last few casts, as well as this one at times. Try to clean up on that. Get back to the nice smooth panning camera movements we were doing after Katowice. Lurker Den and Infestation Pit are on the way. Oh, nice Hydra snipe. And he knows it's mass Hydra now, which is really good. What he doesn't know is it's Hydra Ling Lurker. This is a style that is very good or very bad, depending on the situation. I think there was a game where Reyna was way ahead playing this style. I think it was it the game versus Mana? I think it was Reyna versus Mana. And then because he only had Lings and Hydras to support his Lurkers, he just got wrecked by this big attack because there was no... Like, the splash damage just cleanses the Hydras and the Lings so easily, and then the Lurkers are on their own. That being said, despite that one time where I saw it fall apart, I think generally it's a very good style. Oh god, he might just be dead though, guys. Look at the units lost. He's lost 2... He hasn't lost a Stalker. He's cleaning house. It's a 5-to-1 units lost ratio right now. What in the heck? MAXPAX is playing the perfect game. He is playing the perfect game. He's got stasis traps blink. He's warping in some zealots on the left. Charge isn't quite done, so not quite the same impact that often has. And those zealots apparently are on hold position. What? Why did he put him on hold position? That had to be a misclick. Had to be a misclick there. Oh, he finds the Lurkers. He can get the Lurkers that are morphing as well. Oh, picking off a bunch of drones. MAXPAX all over this game. I mean, he's doing so good. He's on 8 gates. He's only got single robo, so he really should be building an extra robo or going Sky Toss, or both, one or the other. But if he just stays on Stalker Zealot, obviously that won't do well against Lurkers, so he kind of needs to keep the Lurkers pinned back. Now that the Lurkers are here, MAXPAX isn't going to be able to get any more damage done. He's up to 22 Stalkers, which is a pretty crazy number. No sign of transitioning for MAXPAX. It looks like he feels he has enough of an advantage to just keep pushing. And I mean, he is at still a 2-to-1 units lost ratio, but throwing away a few Zealots and definitely losing those 7 Stalkers was probably the worst part of the fight for him so far. Oh, picking off a few Queens is nice. Oh, he gets a Lurker and blinks back. Lovely play. I'm like, oh, he took some bad trades. Then he takes some perfect trades, gets that units lost looking amazing again. Seismic Spine's coming in. Another Lurker. Oh, man. Dude, he might just win this. I thought he needed to transition. MAXPAX tells us, why would I need to transition, idiot? The Zealots over there surrounded. Disruptor shot. Only gets a single Hydra. Stalker should blink on those Hydras on the south. All right, I think he can just shove. MAXPAX has this one in the bag, it looks like. I really thought Dark, after being up 2-0, was going to win this series, but MAXPAX is just all over him, and after a perfect early game, even being greedy straight into Hydras, not enough to get Dark back in this. Mass Zealot finding the Hydra rally. Great micro by Dark, honestly. Really good micro by Dark, but He just can't stabilize. The Stalker Disruptor coming forward. The Lurker not even burrowed right now. If we look on the left side, the Zealots are finally getting dealt with. But after so much damage has gone down. 2,500 resource lost advantage still there for MAXPAX. He's got a 4th base up. He's going for 10 gates. So he's still in a really nice position. The last part of that fight, probably not as good for him. But, oh, he misclicks. Actually, accidentally clicks the hatchery. Does get the Lurker on the second volley with the blink forward. Still got disruptors and stasis traps backing him up here. These Hydras are so fragile. +2 range is almost finished for Dark. Hydra tries to set off the stasis trap, ends up getting taken out. Lurker Spore Hydra trying to defend. Dark hanging on. +2 armors on the way, though. It's 2-1 against +1. Big upgrade advantage for MAXPAX that's growing with time. Templar Archives is on the way as well as he goes to 12 gateways and continues to build disruptors. You know, a lot of players, like I said, would go disruptors, immortals. They'd go for the Robotech. MAXPAX has realized he has the micro to just win with positioning, and I really admire what he's doing here. Unfortunately, he doesn't get the shots on the Lurker to finish that one off. So that little skirmish went in Dark's favor. But Dark's on 72 workers. He's got no tech. He has a Hive. Wait. He actually has a Hive and both Lurker upgrades. But he doesn't have any Vipers? I guess he doesn't feel confident getting them out, but he's going to need them against these disruptors, man. Balls go flying. Wreak havoc and, yeah. Cry havoc and let loose the balls of war. That is a famous Shakespearean saying, of course, talking about the disruptor invasion of Gettysburg. Famous battle in 14th century Mongolia. Zealots in the south side do get blocked by the Lurker Hydra ling that time. People have said that Australia teaches history a little bit different. I don't know what they're talking about. 5th base is now up for MAXPAX. He's got High Templar morphing into Archon, Stalker, Zealot, Disruptor. This game is pretty much in the bag. He's miles ahead, but then again, it's Dark. Dark's the comeback king. And actually, Dark's going for the Hail Mary Nidus. Where's that Nidus worm, guys? It's there. If Dark can sneak in Nidus and Lurkers up in the main of MAXPAX, he could turn this game around. MAXPAX has unlimited money, but all of his production's in the main and the natural. If he loses the main and the natural, he's dead. So if you can sneak an Overseer... Yeah, Overseer going along the bottom. Dude, MAXPAX is going to be so tilted if he loses to this. Let's go to MAXPAX's camera and see if he notices this Overseer. This is like Dark's probably last chance to win this game because there's a Stargate transition on the way. Once carriers are out, Dark's way too far behind on money. Overseer just went past on the south. He sees it. He sees it. He's going to make a cannon and a Stalker. So he should be ready for that. Go back to everyone's camera. Stalker should be able to push him back. I don't even know if there's space to put a Nidus Worm down there. 3,000 lost resource advantage. I think it was TLMC where Dark made a crazy comeback versus MAXPAX in the late game of that. Do you guys remember that crazy game? Where it was like carriers against infestors, neuraling them. And he killed all the MAXPAX detection so he couldn't see the infestors and neither of them had mining. That was a wild game. This is a wild game. Overseer's going to try and knight it somewhere else perhaps, but there's just no opportunity. MAXPAX is just giving him no room to breathe. I would love MAXPAX to collapse on one of these bases, but the Lurker spread's really nice. The Disruptors are actually like foraging right now, seeing if he can find an opening. Oh, Nidus in the south. Okay, I mean, that's not really an important base. It's just one of his new bases, of which he has a few. Disruptors? Oh, he's getting jumped on. But taking some big balls. I mean, these Lurkers... Oh, he's just shoving! Dark's doing the classic Dark shove! It's the classic Dark shove! It's the I'm just gonna shove everything onto your production and hope it works. Nidus comes up, Stalkers take it out. That is a lot of Lurkers. That's 14 Lurkers. One of the Disruptor shots is good. The other one completely whiffs. He's got a lot of Stalkers, which are worthless in a frontal fight. Bottom Nidus Worm goes down. That was a distraction, Nidus. If he can crack the production. Dark looking for an epic comeback. Tempests and a carrier are building right now. There's almost nothing that shoots up for Dark. He's pretty much screwed. Oh, that's such a big Disruptor shot. Another Disruptor shot comes forward, but he dodges that one. Oh, here we go. Oh, look at this. Ling's popping out and going after those Disruptors. The rest of the army intercepting the Hydras in the middle of the map. Not a bad idea, but he loses his Robo and his Natural. He's only got one Robo left. It's on the third base. That Robo might go down as well. Tempest Oracle can start whittling down these units, but the Disruptors need to pull back and survive. The carrier needs to get to work. Dark right now trying to bring this game back from the brink. He has been behind for about 10 minutes, and yet he is making this one a relatively close fight. The Tempest and the Carrier trying to fight, the Hydra Queen cleaning them up. Disruptor Cannon trying to hang on. The main base production is in trouble. Battery overcharges there. The Oracles turn on their lasers, but that means there won't be much more detection. The Zealot Stalker gets defended on the other side of the map. MAXPAX will return home. Zerglings will kill some of those units as they retreat. Disruptors do fly out and do take out 2 Lurkers as well as some Hydra Queen. A Tempest pops out, but it goes down immediately. The main and the natural are falling. Cannons and batteries are not enough to hold that main base. The Zealot Stalker coming back. MAXPAX still has a big economy lead, but he's lost all of his production, and that is a massive problem. He's also losing 3-3. +3 attack just got denied before it finished. +3 armor might finish on his natural. He needs to move up and reclaim that area. If he can reclaim the natural, keep that production and that tech alive, he might be okay. But MAXPAX right now doesn't know where the Lurkers are, and he's going to go for the counterattack instead. Dark on 60 workers, making magic happen right now. This is why Dark does not leave games. He just sits there and hangs on, and he just looks for that one moment where he can leverage a good position to his advantage, using those mechanics like the Nidus Worm to try and make a comeback happen. Oh, Lurker's on the high ground. Oh, that's huge. MAXPAX not pulling probes away. Oh, he's too busy watching the fight. That is a big problem for him. Drones in the south trying to pull back. Disruptor shots not clearing these Lurkers out. He finally clears one out there, but dude, he just lost so many drones from that high ground. 13 and 12 kills on those 2 Lurkers. MAXPAX down to 30 probes right now, and he's looking desperate. I think he could have just gone back, cleaned things up, and reset, because Dark was still in a kind of hodgepodge position, but instead he's going to go for the aggression, and that will deny Dark's new fresh bases. Dark's been in such an awkward spot for so long. He's still got a little bit of minerals on his natural and his third. Cannon battery over here. Uh-oh. Battery overcharge not going to be enough, man. The Lurker Hydra shoves on top. Looks like 2 Lurkers go down. I think he should probably recall just to clean this up. More probes are dying. Ling Hydra damaging that base from the right. Base up in the top right does have a few probes left alive. MAXPAX is so supply blocked though. He's losing all of his pylons. Losing all these Nexi. These pylons is massive. Oh, he's going to lose the Nexus as well. If that Lurker clicks on the Nexus, he can kill it. If it clicks on it, and he gets it. Both bases going down. You are kidding me. Dark has made... Oh, you know MAXPAX is flustered. He's tilted. He's got 5,000, 6,000 resources in the bank. If he just went back and cleared up his bases, he could have done it. Oh no, MAXPAX, he was in such a good position, but Dark has done what Dark has done for many years. He's done it to so many opponents. And that is basically, he acts dead. He goes, ow, it hurts. Oh, stop hitting me. Ow, ow. He's just like getting ravaged for 10 minutes. And the moment you let your guard down a little bit, he's like, and there's 20 Lurkers in your base, and he's running in from 3 sides, and he's killing all your stuff. And suddenly, he resets the game, and he's like, oh, lol, now you need to spend your giant mineral bank rebuilding pylons. And I'm actually, my economy is not great, but it's something, and I'm adding new Vipers, and we can just go back to a macro game from here, but you're still, like, panicked and upset and thrown off your game, and I have creep tumors everywhere, and I'm gonna, like, just basically force you to play some weird-ass scrappy macro game from here. What in the hell? MAXPAX needs to double or triple expand right now. He needs the Observer to go south. He's still got 2 Observers. He's going to send that down with these Zealots. He needs to clear this up. He's going to repower that gateway. He's got 5 gateways and a Dark Shrine right now. Oracle just got abducted, which is huge. Stalkers do take out the Viper. Great blink forward for MAXPAX. Really good micro. DT is going to clean up the extractors down there. But Dark has a fresh base. That base is mined out. His natural has a little bit of minerals, but almost no one mining. So essentially, we have 1 base Dark. He has a lot more drones, which he could mine from, if he can get another base. MAXPAX has 1 base and a second one building. But he has almost no probe production as well. So he's just massing Archons with the DT warp-ins, which is fair enough. He's making Blink as well, thinking about doing some DT run-bys. And Dark, the Wizard... What the hell, dude? He was getting ravaged for so very long. The Overseer getting spotted, I thought was a checkmate. I thought that was Dark's last chance. I forgot that Dark sometimes just makes 20 Lurkers and runs them through the middle of the map. And if Dark gets his Lurkers in between your army and your base, it's very hard to deal with as a Protoss player. Because if you recall to inside the base, he just goes and kills all your edge expansions. But if you don't recall inside the base, he kills all your production. And at that point, you're already in a hard spot. Now, I do think MAXPAX could have gone in and saved some of his tech and just rebuilt some of that. But going across the map really cost him this game. And look at these abducts! Oh no, there's no Templar archives! Everything getting abducted! This is a disaster for MAXPAX. Great micro for Dark. Dark finds himself up 5,000 resources lost. Do you guys remember, wasn't there a moment in this game where Dark had lost 1,800 resources and MAXPAX had lost 300? It was 5-1 in favor of MAXPAX in the early game. He had him pinned. But Stalkers cannot fight Lurkers front on. MAXPAX did not have a core of Immortals. Remember the Robo transition that he never made that I talked about? If he'd built a core of Immortals, he'd be able to just jump on and break those Lurkers. If he had like a Mortal Storm, that's an army that can break one of those Lurker pushes where you just hit it from two sides and you overwhelm it with the numbers. But because he was so heavy on Stalkers still with that mobility army, which admittedly did so well for him up to that point, it's one of those situations where you go, man, I do wish I'd made that transition by that point. And oh, whole base of workers going down. This is it. This is it. MAXPAX is trying to hang on. He's hoping. He's looking for some balls. Throws 2 shots out. Gets himself a Lurker, which is something. He did kill 12 drones, so I guess some DTs ran in. Oh, this single DT killed 12 drones. Nice. 1 base against 5, though. MAXPAX trying to warp in Zealots. He's going to go in with the Disruptors to start. Tempest, Zealots coming in with a bit of a flank. He throws a ball, but gets abducted. The ball shot gets cancelled. The Zealots try to overwhelm, but the Lurker line goes back. He parasitic bombs the Observer to get rid of the detection, abducting all the big units into their defense. And that was beautiful play by Dark. He once again shows this ability to fall way behind and then just turn everything upside down. GG, well played.